Do you ever have those days where you're working on your business or side hustle and you just don't feel like being productive? You just are tired, stressed, your mind's not there. But then other days you feel like the juices are flowing and it's easier to get into that deep work, that flow state. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how, using this method, how you can easily get into flow state and do 2 hours of deep work on your business or side hustle. I'm Thomas, I'm a medical doctor, and I've been obsessed with productivity and especially applying it to busy people with full-time jobs working on their side hustle or business. So let's get into it today. So let's see. This system here is basically tracks your dopamine activity. So activities that stimulate dopamine in your brain. This could be running, this could be meditation, this could be cold shower, and it may be different for other people. For me, running especially is an activity which I get a good return of investment on. I get a good endorphin release, a good dopamine release. So if I'm feeling sluggish, if I'm feeling tired, if I'm feeling unproductive, then I want to be choosing some of these dopamine activities and I want to execute them, knowing having done them, I'm going to feel better and the dopamine levels are going to last for a few hours. And that's when it gets easier to get into flow state and easier to get into deep work on my business. So the idea is to really be aware of this, to write it down. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, one of the key components of that book is really being aware, really tracking your habits, the things that are important to you, that make you feel good. You want to write them down. So whether it is just a daily bit of paper that you keep in your pocket, whether it's on your phone, whether it's a journal, but you want to take note, you want to be aware, what will I do now? I'm going to go for a run, I'm going to have a cold shower, I'm going to tick it off having done it. And that way you're consciously going to be aware of how you feel before and how you feel after. And then you'll really realize that actually these activities are so important, and that's going to just help you, next time you're feeling sluggish, realize, okay, I need to do something. And you'll notice that these activities are more likely to be physical activities. This is where your physiology changes. This is where you go into a state of temporary discomfort. It's not easy to go out the door, put your shoes on, go for a run or have a cold shower. It's not fun at the time. It's a little bit of discomfort. You're putting your body through a bit of stress. And in that way, that discomfort, that temporary pain, it releases this dopamine afterwards. And that dopamine is going to make it easier to get into flow state, easier for you to bang out 2 hours like it's fun, like it's easy, instead of you grinding out 2 hours. And if you grind out 2 hours of deep work, it's not going to be fun. You're not going to get into flow state, and it's ultimately going to be far less productive. So hope this video was helpful. Next time you're feeling sluggish, tired, not productive, maybe you're just a few dopamine activities away from unlocking your true potential, getting into that flow state and growing your business faster.